I've left a relationship, a career, and a city with everything I owned in the backseat of my car, driving down a dark desert highway. So this girl, yeah, this one, she knows a thing or two about walking away. And maybe you're in a season of your life where you're asking yourself, should I stay or should I go? Stick around. Because I ask myself one single question every single time I'm considering walking away, and every single time it gives me my answer.
This is our time.
Let's start with the love interest, because let's admit it, every major plot twist in your life happens because of a guy. And this guy, oh man, he was the cream of the crop when it came to douchebags. Oh, what? You don't believe me? Don't worry, I've got receipts. So one time, I'm in Mexico, on the beach, in my swimsuit, totally minding my own business, and douchebag randomly yells out, "Hey babe, you know out of a 10, you're like a 5. I mean, who says that? You know, this reminds me of that Jessica Simpson song, "These boots are made for walking, and walking is what I'll do." I can't sing. I don't do karaoke. Okay, one time at Christmas, he shows up with a CVS bag. Yeah, just like a random drugstore bag. And inside of it is like super weird stuff. Are you ready for this? Okay, there is a breast cancer awareness coaster. You know, the thing you put under your cups. And listen, I am all for a good cause, but okay, come on. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is in October. Christmas is in December. You do the math. I mean, douchebag was shopping at the 99-cent aisle. And despite all of this, I stayed way longer than I should. I mean, I had made it my life project to be seen by this guy. And I don't know why. I mean, I was probably young. I was an emotional masochist. I was dumb. And I stayed. And our relationship basically consisted of him breaking up with me and then him calling me every single time he needed me. So there was this one night in particular, he had broken up with me weeks ago. He probably stabbed my heart into pieces. And my phone lights up at 1:30 in the morning. It's douchebag. He needs me to bail him out. Probably from jail. I mean, I don't remember, but probably. I have no idea. Anyway, I get out of bed and I put on my Supergirl, I'm gonna go save douchebag cape on. And I walk downstairs and there's Isaac. He is my roommate. He's a total surfer dude, womanizer, and he's eating Ben & Jerry's straight from the carton. And he looks at me and immediately he knows what's up. And he says to me, like totally stoned, out of his mind, "Sheila, when are you gonna love yourself more than douchebag?" I mean, listen, this is not the first time somebody had said it to me. My friends, my family, I mean, random strangers at the bar had told me something very similar. But I don't know what it was about that night in the Ben & Jerry's and Isaac that made it land. You guys, listen, I had made douchebag the main character of my life. It was his wants, his needs, his drama, and I was barely an extra in his life. And so I text him. I get out my phone and I text him. "I can't. I'm done." And I go over and grab a spoon and dig into the Ben & Jerry's. Now, you'd probably think that was like the hardest thing I ever walked away from. Actually, no, that was the easiest thing I have ever walked away from in hindsight. The second time I walked away, it was from what I thought was a dream career. You guys want to hear another crazy guy story? Oh gosh, I have so many crazy guy stories. Okay, so I had this major crush on a stand-up comic, and I wanted to get his attention, so I took a stand-up comedy class. Yeah, you're probably realizing a pattern. Young Sheila was very desperate and thirsty. Thank God I outgrew that, I think. I hope I outgrew that. Anyways, I'm in stand-up, and it turns out that I'm actually really funny. I mean, I wasn't able to get the attention of stand-up comic guy, but I am told that I should keep pursuing stand-up comedy. And so I'm in LA and I do what I do best, you guys. I hustle. I do. I'm really good at hustling. I get myself stage time at the Hollywood Improv, at the Comedy Store, at the Laugh Factory, and everything is going great, except I actually didn't like stand-up. I know, it's crazy. I know, it's such a cool thing, too. I just didn't enjoy it. I mean, like, first of all, your girl here, she likes to go to bed at 8 p.m. Sometimes it's 7:30, but don't tell anyone. And, stand-up, I mean, I would be lucky if my set started at 10. And you guys, I'm also very, very sensitive. And if you're a stand-up comic, like, it's basically in your job description, you are gonna get heckled at. And that's like my worst nightmare ever, because I will cry, and I did a couple of times. I didn't. I cried on the inside, but not on the outside. On the outside, I just pretended to laugh. Okay, regardless, I am very sensitive, and I just wasn't enjoying it. And there was this one night in particular where I was gonna MC the event. Now, if you are in stand-up comedy, it's kind of a big deal to MC because you get more stage time, and it meant that I was like really moving on up in the world. And it was around like 7:30 p.m. and I am like downing espresso shots just to try to stay awake. And like I just felt something in my stomach, and I was like, oh, it's probably nerves. And then I was like, no, it's not nerves. Nerves are like when you get like that butterfly feeling and you're nervous because you're going to go out with a guy that you like. This was different. This was dread. Like when you're gonna get a root canal, like that kind of nerves. And I asked myself this one simple question. Does Sheila want to be a stand-up comic? I was like, no. I mean, if I was the main character of my life, would I continue pursuing a career that I didn't even enjoy? Heck no. And so that night was the very last time that I ever did stand-up. And honestly, no regrets. Well, I'm kind of doing stand-up here, but it's different. You know what I'm talking about. But you want to hear about the very first time I walked away? And man, oh man, it was dramatic. I was 20 years old. I was living in the suburbs of San Jose, California. I was the only child to Middle Eastern parents who basically had my entire life planned out for me. And the first plan of action was to go to law school. Except this is the thing. I didn't like law school. I didn't like law because I am also not confrontational. I know. Are you guys kind of getting my vibe? I'm very sensitive. I don't like confrontation. I'm a people pleaser. I'm basically like a little soft, white, plushy pillow. Anyway, my dad used to take my car and fill up my gas tank. I decide that I am going to drop out of law school, and that night I tell my parents. And they go ballistic, like crazy ballistic on me. And I remember going into my room and going like, oh my gosh, I don't even feel like I'm living my own life. I don't even know who Sheila is. I don't know what she wants, what she desires, what she likes, what she hates. Or even if I do, I'm not allowed to express it. Okay, you ready for this? I wake up the next morning and I knew this one person in Arizona, and I decide I'm gonna move to Arizona. Have a total Phoenix Rising moment. Let's think Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love. You know that scene where she's gonna leave her husband and it doesn't make sense to anyone but her? Yeah, this was me, and I literally pack all of my stuff, which is basically all my clothes, and I put it into the backseat of my car, and I drive 10 hours from San Jose, California to Phoenix, Arizona, driving down a dark desert highway. And I am like kind of flipping out. Okay, I had no idea what I was gonna do, no plan whatsoever. And at one point, I had to stop to get gas, and I filled my gas tank for the first time by myself. Thank you very much. And I buy a pack of cigarettes. Not because I'm a smoker, but because, it just like, it fits the scene, right? I think a little Sheila smoking a cigarette, driving down this dark desert highway, no clue what she's gonna do. Let me make this scene more real, okay? Like, imagine little 20-year-old Sheila in the car, like, smoking a cigarette. I was a really bad smoker, and I had no idea what I was gonna do, you guys. Like, no idea. And I was scared. I was so incredibly scared, but I felt, for the first time, free. I felt like I was writing the movie of my own life. I was the main character. And it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Seriously. I mean, it was a little dramatic, but it all worked out. And why did it all work out? Because I asked myself every single time one question when I decided to leave douchebag, when I decided to leave a dream career that wasn't even a dream career for me, when I decided to leave San Jose, I asked myself, if I am the main character of my own life, what would I do? And you guys, it is honestly as simple and as complicated as that. Now, if you are sticking around because you are faced with that decision, should I stay or should I go? I want you to really think about it. If you are the main character of your life, which let me break it to you, you are, would you stay in a relationship that's not meant for you, in a career that doesn't fulfill you, in a city that no longer makes you thrive? And if the answer is no, then that's your sign to walk away. That's it. One question that changes everything. Listen, if this story resonated with you, please hit subscribe or follow along. Leave me a comment because I'll be back next week for another Small Talk with Sheila. And in case you're wondering, this rom-com, this one, oh man, it is just getting started. Down in espresso shots. Espresso. It's really espresso.